Hi guys, Veggie Gamer back in a bit of different video today, guys. And so, if you've been following me on Twitter, I think I mentioned it on Twitter. I have actually been, I've sent off for a DNA test on Woozle. So Woozle is my dog, guys. Unfortunately, she can't be here right now because she's asleep right now. And I did want to wake her up just for this, but I will. I promise that she will show up in future videos. She does appear from time to time. And I got her a few years ago. She's a brindle lurcher. There she is, the lovely lady herself. And she's an absolute sweetheart. I absolutely love her. And because she's a lurcher, guys, that basically means that she's a greyhound mix. And so she'll have like potentially lots of other different types of dogs in her. And there's a company called Embark, where you basically swab inside the cheek of your dog for like a minute and then pop it in an envelope and send it off to their labs. Not laboratory, not Labrador. And they assess it and work out exactly what, her ancestry and stuff like that. It's even the thing where it'll come up with dogs that are very likely to be related to her as well. And so it's quite an amazing thing, guys. I got to say straight away, I'm not being sponsored for this. I decided to do it on a whim, just because I've always been fascinated on knowing exactly what makes Woozle who she is. Because she is clearly a lurcher, guy. She is a greyhound shape, but there's definitely aspects of her where I thought maybe there's a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of that, and we have the results in, guys. And so, so the really nice thing about Embark is that they had this little video reveal, like a reveal trailer, like, sort of thing for exactly what is inside a Woozle. And so I guess we'll watch this now. I gotta say, I have already watched it, guys. My reasoning for that is because I paid a little extra and had the health check as well. And so when I first received the result, I thought, okay, I need to make sure that everything's going to be okay with her. And she, the only thing that she has a higher risk than other dogs, a lot of other dogs, I should say, is something called bald thigh syndrome, which is apparently something which a lot of greyhounds suffer from. Her thighs aren't bald at all, but it's something which is very easily to be to treat at home if she ever were to get it. So that's very reassuring that there is an aspect of this where it can check potential health problems that could be coming down the line. So that's why I've already seen this, and so I already know the results, guys, but let's watch it anyway, because I know that a lot of you love Woozle, and I really should have her more on the channel. I really should, but let's check this out now. Ready to know Woozle better? Hopefully that music isn't too loud. I think it's okay. Embark tested your dog for hundreds of... Okay, that was fast. Okay, I need to slow down a little bit, because I am dyslexic. Embark tested your dog for hundreds of breeds to show you what makes Woozle uniquely Woozle. I gotta say, guys, the presentation of this is actually really adorable, guys, especially for someone who's a really doggy person. And my dog Woozle is like a big part of my life and everything. It is really, really sweet how this is done. But anyway, result time. Now let's reveal Woozle's breeds. And here we go. So that circle is significant. The percentages in that. Greyhound. Oh no, it's just off screen. Okay, it's fine. So the very top of the video is cut off, guys, but I can tell you. Saluki is yellow. And red is Whippet. So that's just cut off at the top of there. So I'm so sorry about that, guys, but that's what it says. So there we go. She is 15% Whippet, 39% Greyhound, and 45% Saluki. Now, this is the crazy thing, guys, because I was... recently, I've been looking at Woozle and watching a lot of doggy TV shows as well. For the Love of Dogs with Paul O'Grady, R.I.P. guys. Paul O'Grady died a couple of months ago, which was very sad news, especially for dog lovers. He's a real lover of dogs and a supporter of dogs charities and stuff. So yeah, he had a show called For the Love of Dogs, and on there, it would have a lot of Salukis in that. Like, whenever they brought Salukis out, I thought, okay, Woozle is definitely part Saluki. Because sure, Greyhounds and Salukis have very similar body shapes, as you can see from this image. But there's something very regal about Salukis. And as soon as I realised that whilst watching these shows, the other shows are Dogs Behaving Very Badly with Graham Hall, which is a brilliant dog training show. I highly recommend it to anyone. As soon as these Salukis started showing up, and they'd show up on Dogs Behaving Very Badly as well, I thought, okay, Woozle's definitely got at least some Saluki in her. Turns out, guys, Saluki actually takes the largest chunk of Woozles. And so she isn't even 50% anything, but she is 45% Saluki, 39% Greyhound, and 15% Whippet. And now Whippets, again, I mean, they're all Sighthounds. I believe that is the overarching name for them all. But Whippets are obviously a lot smaller, as you can see from the... Oh, that diagram's not really doing it justice, but Whippets do tend to be like this, you know? Like that. Whereas Woozle's like that, because she's a Lurcher, and Greyhounds can be like that. Greyhounds can be huge. And so, yeah, I thought the presentation of this is just gorgeous, guys. Let's just play to the end, just in case there's anything else. 100% Woozle, I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not. I like that. So what I was saying at the start, guys, this circle is significant. And so the yellow is Saluki, the blue is Greyhound, and the red is Whippet. Now, I have seen charts where it has four different types, and from what I gather, there could be even more. But Woozle, her main ancestry is these 3 breeds. By the way, guys, if any of you guys are like dog experts or just know more about dogs than me, and I'm saying anything wrong, please correct me. Please correct me in the comments, because I love dogs, guys, but I do get a lot of stuff wrong. Either way, guys, I thought I'd show you that lovely video. I think that's such a lovely... So basically, that's the first thing that appeared in my inbox. And it's saying, hey, we got your results. And it plays this video, which I thought was just absolutely gorgeous. And so, here we go. So we've got a breakdown of the different breeds. Well, let's go through this real quickly. Okay, Saluki... by the way, guys, I am dyslexic, so I apologise about my reading. Salukis are very fast, very ancient dogs. They're trying to call her old. Some believe they were the first domesticated breed. Salukis are Sighthounds. But today they are mainly companion dogs. Today this is a particularly rare breed. Oh, poor little Woozle. Need some friends. Greyhound. The Greyhound is a breed unmatched in speed. Very true. And Woozle is very fast. In fact, you know what, guys? I'm sorry for the tangent. if you're used to my channel, you know I go on tangents. I was walking Woozle not long after I got her, actually, and this guy said, that's a Lurcher, isn't it? And he actually knew a lot about, and he told me that the shape of Woozle's feet, the fact that they're flat on the ground at a L shape, right at the end of the foot, means that she is particularly fast for a Greyhound. So that was interesting to hear. But Woozle is a particularly fast Greyhound, and she actually is, guys. She can run circles around most doggies. This ancient dog has been used for hunting and racing, but they make wonderful companions. They absolutely do. Surprisingly, this breed is often described as a couch potato. When I was getting a Woozle, people were saying how, not just couch potato, Greyhounds are known as the 70-mile-an-hour couch potato. And my goodness, guys, that is true. Seriously, guys, if you're looking into dog breeds and everything, and looking for one which you may want, and you want one that's going to be very, very energetic on walks and just like burn themselves out, but then for like the rest of the day, I'm talking like 70-80% of the day, are just completely relaxed and chilled out and sleeping. Greyhounds are your breed, guys. Woozle sleeps a lot. She really does, which is lovely. And so yeah, that's Greyhound. Whippets, which, like I say, I believe is the smaller of the Sighthound. Whippets. The Whippet is a Sighthound breed who can be counted on to speedily go after rabbits and other small animals. Okay, of course. While adept hunters today, Whippets also compete in agility, flyball, lure coursing, rally, and obedience. Obedience. Wow, that's very nice to know. They are loving dogs, and their unique nature, friendly personalities, and stylish looks, I wholeheartedly agree, make them a favourite as a family companion, as well as a show, as well in the show ring. Weirdly put there, but yeah, I completely agree. I mean, they are gorgeous looking dogs. I saw a Whippet a couple of days ago, guys. Like I say, they do tend to be very small, and this thing was so happy. It was like walking around like this. So it's like a dog with 4 legs, like with its legs up in the air like this. Not running, just walking like this. It was amazing. a little jacket on as well, which is nice. So that is what Woozle's main breeds are made up of. So like I say, guys, that is what the circle is there. There is also the health aspect of it as well. I won't go into everything that's on the site, guys, because quite frankly, it goes in depth, which is what you want. The other very interesting thing is the relatives, guys. And now, when you first go onto this page, it had, like, I think it like had around 100. And it was all in small, it wasn't like this. And basically each time you go onto the website, it will update it and say, oh, these are the ones which have been added since you joined. And so because I just joined, there was a huge list of people that had been in it. But now, whenever I go onto EmbarkVets.com, it will show me the new ones at the top. But then it has the breakdown into other dogs that she could be related to. And you see, guys, it's quite amazing that, you know, this dog is the equivalent of a relative as related as human half siblings, aunts and uncles or grandparents. So half sibling, guys, that is quite amazing. That, you know, that there is a dog on here that is that related to Woozle. Obviously more Saluki, as you can see here. If I was to click onto one of these, it would tell me which country that they live in. I believe that one of them was actually from India, in fact, which is amazing. What part of the country they're in, what the owner's name is, their DNA makeup as well. Like I say, some of these ones actually have 4 DNA components to their ancestry family tree. So you know what, this is the best way I can do it, guys. So if I select Willow here, and then it will show like the comparisons here. Obviously, Willow, I believe that would suggest it's probably Greyhound and Saluki, but no Whippet. But and like I say, there are ones with more dog results in them as well. But if I were to then click on this, it would take me to the equivalent of this page, where you get a little bit more information about the dog. This is obviously Woozle's page, and so I decided to upload some lovely pictures of Woozle. I was a little bit worried at first about doing that, but then I saw that loads of other people had already done it, and there's no real problem with doing that because, you know, she appears on my YouTube channel anyway, and so I'll just go through these pictures real quick that I decided to upload. Oh, is it? Okay, it has. So there's the lovely Woozle. There's a very young Woozle. That's actually by far the youngest picture of her that I decided to upload, because this was within like the first month of getting her, I think. This one's a very recent one of Woozle chilling out with her tongue sticking out. A very recent one of Woozle completely clapped out. She's fine, by the way. She was just absolutely exhausted that day. I love this one of Woozle there. What a pretty girl. She gets a lot of compliments on her fur, on her pattern, and rightly so. She is a very pretty dog. And her with a little winter coat on. You know what, guys? I am going to go and get Woozle, because it seems a little bit odd making this Woozle video, but I feel like that is the main stuff on the Embark website that I wanted to show you all. Oh, okay, here's like a little dig with it. I believe it is a US company, guys, but if you can get the boxes in the UK. And the envelope, like I say, it's all already paid for, and so once you paid the money, you get one of these boxes through. This is the one which I went for, which is the health test as well, but you can just go for the DNA test as well. And I believe there is a particular puppy one as well, a puppy-specific one. It was a very, very straightforward process, and I'm really glad I did it, guys. Like I say, the prices, I mean, you can see the prices there, guys. It's not for everyone, but if you're like me and, you know, dogs are a very big part of my life, guys. If you don't believe me, guys, ask anyone who was a subscriber of mine a few years ago when, unfortunately, I lost my previous dog. Not lost, she died. Penny, who was the absolute love of my life, and I'm getting emotional just talking about it right now. Penny would appear in some videos, and so she did have like a loving following and everything, and when she passed away, it absolutely broke me, guys. When I got Woozle, it wasn't to replace Penny, obviously, but dog ownership is something that's very important to me, and so, you know, I went off. I've always thought that Lurchers are gorgeous dogs. I really have, and so that's why when I saw Woozle on the website, I realised that she was perfect for me. I don't know what this means. Oh yeah, there was another aspect of it which hasn't shown up. So okay, so she is 0.3% wolfiness, which, you know what, I think is right, because she's not very wolfy at all, guys. She really isn't. She's also 9% inbred. explains a lot. Yeah, I've gone into it a lot of times before, guys. So basically, Woozle was... You know what? I'll go and get her, and I'll talk you through her history. Okay, so here she is, the lovely Woozle. I hope you can see her. Actually, I should probably change the lighting because it is a bit dark. I think that's going to be the best we're going to go with Woozle. But here's Woozle, if you haven't met her before. Here's Woozle Snacks. Come on, Woozle, yeah. Ha 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 ha! What a pretty doodle. Oh, no thank you, charming. So yes, guys, I've gone into it before, and so sorry if you've heard this sob story before, guys. But like I say, she was at the Blue Cross, which is a charity in the UK, guys, and she was on there. And even in the pictures that she posted, she looked a little bit spooked, guys. And it's because she really, even now, she finds it very hard to trust humans. And so her story is that during a thunderstorm at night, she was found tied to a gate. She was absolutely terrified. And bleeding from one of her ears. It was actually quite a bad wound. I don't know if you can see that. You can't really, but she's missing a bit of her ear there. When she first had that was bleeding badly, and it took quite a while to heal up, didn't it, sweetheart? Come here. Come on. Why you bringing all the way over there? So yes, and so she was taken in by the Blue Cross. She was called Woozle because apparently the vets that first looked her over would always call dogs that didn't have a name Woozle. I don't know why, but it's a wonderful name. I assumed it was something to do with what's his name? The guy who likes the honey. What's the guy who likes the honey? Not Peter Rabbit. What the? Winnie the Pooh. There we go. Peter Rabbit. Winnie the Pooh. The Huffalumps and Woozles are very confusals. Oh, it's alright, Woodle. Sorry, Woodle. She actually really likes being picked up, which is a benefit as well, because I know that some dogs don't. There she is. What a pretty girl. And like I say, she gets lots of compliments on her barkings. And it took a long time, guys. It took a long time of... basically, I would go to the Blue Cross. And... the first few times, I'd basically go to the Blue Cross and basically be in the pen with Woozle, but not looking at her, not making any attempt to engage her, like go over to her, make her sniff my hand or anything like that. It was basically me being in the same vicinity as her. And like I say, she really didn't trust people, guys. She was terrified at the Blue Cross, even though everyone there was amazing. The great thing there is that they really make sure that you are appropriate for the dog, rather than the dog is appropriate for you. They really make sure that the owners are going to be able to have, you know, enough free space and enough time and everything. One thing with Woozle was that I can't leave her. I can't leave her alone. That has been something which over time I've extended. So I like can go down to the shop and come back, and she won't be like shaking or anything like that. She'll be absolutely fine. But when I first got her, for the longest time, she was always with me. And I know that's relatively normal, especially for a puppy, because she was still in puppy age then. She would always be like following me around and never be on her own, and that's something which I was told straight away, you have to be able to do that, which is a big commitment, guys, for some people. For me, luckily, it wasn't too bad, and so I was able to take her on. And you know, even now, if someone comes up to her in the street and says, "Oh, like that," she'll actually get quite, you know, what's going on? But once she gets to know you, she is the most friendly dog in the world, and she loves a play. She loves to run around. And so yeah, she is a very happy dog. Once she gets to know people, she is the most loving dog in the world. She really, really is. And so it's actually really nice to see that change over time, where she's like, oh, who's this person? Who's this person in the house? And so like that. But after time, she clearly accepts them and then wants to be their absolute best friend. It's very, very sweet, guys. It really is. Like seeing her like sleep next to someone that she used to be terrified and everything. It's actually really, really nice. Anyway, I thought I'd bring her in here because it seemed a bit weird not bringing her in here for this video. Woozle, come on, here. Yeah. All right, sweetie. So yeah, she's absolutely adorable, and she is more Saluki than Greyhound, which I did have my suspicions. She's also got 4 white socks as well. In fact, a couple of times ago when I was in town, I was walking along with her, and a woman to her friend said, "That dog's got socks on," like that, like really excitedly. Either way, oh, she's back again. I think she wants out. Either way, guys, I thought I'd post this on here. I don't. It may not get many views or anything, but I know that a lot of you guys are Woozle lovers, and rather than just posting a picture of her results, I thought I'd go through it a little bit more extensively. And so yeah, if you want to check out Embark, you can. Like I say, I'm not getting any sort of sponsorship for this. Embark haven't even contacted me at all regarding the channel in the slightest. I thought I'd just post my results on here. Embark, if you are watching and you want to send me some stuff, I ain't gonna complain about it. But what I'm saying is that this video is absolutely not sponsored in any sort of way. I just thought that you guys would like to see Woozle's results. So either way, guys, please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go and let Woozle out because she's getting all... She's just staring at the side of my head. Okay, I think she told me to stop. Please like and subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm VEGGIEKNIGHTS, and I'll see you next time.